Every week on AFTV Picks, we give away £1,000. And all you've got to do is enter our free-to-play competition and go head-to-head with me, win it, and this could be yours. Get involved right now, click the link in the description, and you can play, and it's absolutely free. All you have to do is be over 18 and have some decent football knowledge. So what are you waiting for? Get involved now and you could win yourself £1,000. Hi and welcome along to AFTV. We are getting ready for the starting 11 brought to you today by AFTV Picks. Don't forget, do your picks right now, right, and you got yourself a chance to win £1,000. Very simple. Questions like how many goals will Lacazette score and things like that. All you got to do your 10 and you can win £1,000. You've got to be over 18 to enter. It is absolutely free. The link is in the description for AFTV Picks. We are here getting ready for the starting 11 today. I've heard some little rumours from these guys about resting players.
What?
And I'm telling you, yeah, I'm not in with this resting players thing. I want to see us go strong. This is Leicester we're playing.
Yeah.
We're through to the next round of Europa League now. What's with all this resting? I've heard you.
I've not said a word. I'm
not picking on you, but I heard you with the resting players thing.
I've never said that.
So what team would you go with today? Would you rest anybody?
Yes, I would rest one player.
Who?
Saka.
Why?
No way.
Well, I think because he's 19 years of age, he's been playing a lot of games, so...
He's our best player.
But in saying that, we've got a week off after this game. We don't play till next Saturday.
No game until the end of the week.
So,
what are we resting him for?
Yeah. Following Jack Wilshere's comments, you know.
Jack who?
Jack Wilshere's comments about playing too much when he was 19 and he was advised to rest and he didn't rest.
Yeah, but that's a different type of player. That's an injury-prone player.
No. That's what made him probably injury-prone because he was playing too much. At 19, he wasn't injury-prone.
Yeah, but you've got all week to rest.
My brother.
This is the football season.
This is the human
He's
body.
not injured at the moment, yeah? He's not injured.
Yeah, but his body is still growing into football, Robbie. He's still...
It's still a young kid.
Still maturing.
Look at Grealish that has played the similar amount of games. He's not.
Are they going to will Leicester rest Harvey Barnes?
Harvey Barnes has been rested. He came on from the bench against Europa League. They rest him at times. Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
My brother, we know these things.
But I wouldn't rest him though.
Would you rest him?
I wouldn't rest him because all these other teams, including Leicester, have a double game week. We don't. So
yeah, they got a game during the week.
Yeah, play him.
Yeah, it's true. I just think that also it gives. We need to give some players some minutes as well, going into the next games as well. Don't want to when is the next Europa League game? If someone gets injured, then they need to keep themselves.
And if you look at it, the last time he was slightly injured, they said it was hip soreness. So the body is telling him something.
Yeah, that was only a few weeks ago.
He's a young kid, my brother. I know he's Nigerian, but he's a young kid.
He's got a week to rest. A week to rest off, right?
Yeah.
Unless he's injured. For me, he's our best player.
I don't want to see too many changes.
We're playing Leicester. This is not Arsenal versus, we're not playing, West Brom. This Leicester
West Brom won.
Be interesting to see.
We're playing Leicester away from home. This is a tough game, man. This is one of the best teams in the league we're playing.
Be interesting to see where he plays Smith right today. Could he be right back, left back, just to try and get him at speed. So I'd be interested to see where he plays him.
By the way, Shane says, great to see Lee again, and he's made up with Kelechi.
We didn't have any problem at all.
Realistically, it was more about the game than anything else.
They're the best of mates.
Plus, he's a big fella as well. I thought about it.
I had to break them up after the game. No, I'm only joking. Here's one person, though, that is always arguing with people. Right, and he's always falling out with people. We got DT there. How you doing?
I've got no idea what's going on.
Where is he?
What's Ty done now?
Ty's not even in the starting 11.
Been dropped.
He's been dropped to the bench.
Tell your tech guys as well to sort this out by half time because the sound is really bad. I can just about hear you.
Oh, is it? I can hear you. Hold on. You can only hear me now? You can hear me now?
I can just about hear you faintly.
Okay, we can hear you well, so maybe they can pump up the sound in there. But starting 11.
Unfortunately, it's not the other way.
I remember me and you done the podcast together, and you was, again, another person, talking about resting lots of players. Now, I don't know about you, but for me, I don't want to rest players for this game. We got this is Leicester. We've got through to the next round of the Europa League. Unless somebody's injured or whatever, we go for me with the strongest team. I want to see Saka in there. I want to see Partey in there. I want to see Aubameyang in there. I want to see Tierney in there. I don't want to see no resting of key players.
Robbie, you've got to put it into context. Now, Saka, Mikel Arteta himself has come out and said that he's fatigued and that he had to ask him to just try and push it, through on Thursday night. That's very evident. You don't want him to burn out. We've heard the stories this week about Jack Wilshere. And one of the things that he said, you can sit there and shrug your shoulders all day long, Robbie. You're not
Jack Wilshere's
you don't understand.
That's telling you.
No,
Jack Wilshere was built as a
Robbie, listen to me a minute. All right? I'm so glad that the sound's working properly because I can't hear you talk, right? But the fact is, these players, like Saka in particular, he has played every single game, right back from Wolves, Villa, first legs, Leeds United. He's been involved in all these games, week in, week out. Arteta himself has said he's fatigued. Now, I get what you're saying in terms of, loads of changes and everything else. But some of the players that you were mentioning are in my squad. Thomas Partey starts for me because he's just come back from an injury. So we're actually stronger by playing him. Kieran Tierney starts for me because he's just had a month out. So there's no issue with him playing every few days. That means we're still stronger. I want Cedric to come in the side ahead of Bellerin. That makes us stronger. Pablo Mayo Holding, apart from the first few minutes where, Holding was involved in the Man City goal, we actually defended really well. Much better than we defended on Thursday, where I thought we were a shambles. Right? So, Pepe come into the side. That doesn't make us any weaker. Odegaard stay in the 10. Doesn't make us weaker. Martinelli comes into the side. Doesn't make us any weaker. And then Lacazette starting up front. He deserves his opportunity again because he's been hard done by being left out of the side. So when you talk about changes, we're not talking about changes where we're bringing in players that we're going, who's that?
Why are we leaving out Aubameyang then? Why would you leave out Aubameyang? What, tired as well?
Because he's played a lot of minutes. He's played a lot of minutes. Now you've got the options. You've got the options of putting Aubameyang out on the left-hand side, but that means Martinelli don't start.
Well, then he don't start. You know what I mean? I just want the strongest team. Leicester. This is Leicester. The strongest team. Leicester are better than Benfica.
Robbie, it's also a Leicester side that are crippled by injuries at the moment. There will be no James Maddison. There's no Fofana. There's no James Justin. That's three of their best players already.
To be fair, even though those players are out, they can bring back Pereira in, right? Who's, he's a better right back there. He can come in than probably James Justin. Pereira's their main guy. He's their main guy, right back.
He ain't better than James Justin. He's not
James Justin's had a great season. I think Pereira last season. James Justin has been their right back throughout the course of the season. He has been excellent. That was because
right back.
Hold on, that was because Pereira was injured, right? Now Pereira is back, right? Pereira last season was one of the best right backs in the league, right?
James Justin was playing last season, especially the last part of the season.
Left back.
James Justin's been regular for Leicester,
left back,
week in, week out.
Left back, right? And then that guy Castagne they've got is a very, very good right back as well.
Exactly.
So they're not weakened in those areas, right? You know what I mean? Bet they don't rest Vardy.
No way.
You know what I mean? I bet you they won't be resting Vardy. They won't be resting their players, right? And even though Fofana's out, Sionchu's in. So, I mean, it's not a weak team that we're going to be facing. We're going to be facing a strong Leicester team who are vying still to try and win the league. Even though they're quite a few points off now, City, they're still in the hunt, right? So
they're not winning the league.
We know probably they're not going to. We know that probably, but they've still got a chance. We ain't. They have. Yeah, and I'm saying to you that they're a very good side. For me, I want to see the strong. Why rest Aubameyang?
Robbie, there's 16 16 points behind Man City. Where is their chance coming from?
No, but listen, mathematically,
top four.
mathematically, they still have a chance of the league. They're in the top 4.
So
you know
do
what I mean?
we.
So do we what?
Mathematically, we can still win the league.
Come on, man.
No, we can't.
Come on. Let's.
No, but sorry, but that defies your logic.
Yeah, the guys are saying it.
Is that sign? That's
Leicester are 16 points away.
Lee Judges said to ask if you turned into type.
Listen, look, just it's simple facts though.
Let's
Leicester
not
are 16
underestimate.
points.
Listen, I'm saying this, yeah. To me, when we're talking about resting all these players up, we're underestimating the task ahead. And put on top of that we've got a terrible record. We've got a terrible record at Leicester, and I don't want everybody as well pinning their hopes on the Europa League. We've still got to try and finish as high up that table as possible. You could still get into the top 6, right?
But you're not. But this is what I'm not grasping with you. We're not making our team any weaker. There's a couple of positions that you can have a debate over, but bringing Cedric in ahead of Bellerin makes us stronger, not weaker. Thomas Partey coming in ahead of Danny Ceballos makes us stronger. Kieran Tierney staying in at left back makes us stronger. The debates you can have would be Lacazette, Aubameyang, and whether Saka starts or not. But I've already given my reasoning behind Saka in particular, because Mikel Arteta himself has said that the boy's fatigued and that he had to ask him to go the extra mile on Thursday. Don't burn him out.
Okay, stay there. We're going to come back with the line. We'll come back to you in a minute. Let's see if we're going to get the line up. You know, Helen, I can hear from you. Rest players?
Yeah, I think that we could easily rest Saka because we've got good other players we can bring in. So I don't see that would be an issue.
I'm on my own here. I wouldn't be. That's the one player I wouldn't be leaving out of this
game.
game.
Listen, you don't if you want to rest Saka, you can put him on the bench. If we need him, you bring him on. That's why you have subs.
Anyway, we've got the team now, so let's do the team. In goal is Leno. We've got Cedric, David Luiz, and Pablo Mari. Kieran Tierney, Xhaka and El Neni.
Okay.
Pepe, Smith Rowe, Willian, and Lacazette. So you lot have got your wish, yeah? We've rested players, yeah?
Yeah, who?
So
Smith Rowe, Willian, and Lacazette. Then on the bench is Ryan, Holding, Bellerin, Partey, Ceballos, Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli, and Aubameyang. The bench is better than the starting lineup. Martinelli and Aubameyang. Let me quickly first of all, go to DT. DT. So you got your wish. We've rested players. We brought Willian in. We brought Smith Rowe's. Probably, I guess he'll be playing in that number 10 position. So no Saka.
No Odegaard.
No Odegaard. Cedric's in. You'll be happy about that. So Cedric's in for Bellerin. I like Luiz and Mari. I think that's sensible. But that midfield again of El Neni and Xhaka, it's sideways time.
It doesn't work, and they continue to play.
What do you make of it?
That's probably the one real big surprise for me. I suppose the only thing that you can kind of look at is that they're not going to push Thomas Partey too hard and risk him, breaking down again. So it's about just getting minutes in the tank and building him up, ready for the rest of the season. Because if we can get Thomas Partey firing for the remainder of the season, we've got a big opportunity of doing well in the remainder of the season. And the last thing they want is him to break down. It's annoying because I wanted him to start, but I can see the logic behind it. Willian has got to go out and, he's got to show why the manager's got the faith in him to start, because that little 20-minute cameo on Thursday obviously got him in the starting lineup today. He's got to justify it. I think that.
I guess he'll be playing on the right. I guess he'll be playing on the right then, maybe, and
possibly, or they could interchange. Him and Pepe could interchange. If Pepe does play on the right-hand side, it'd be interesting to see how he does with Cedric behind him and not Bellerin. I think Emil Smith Rowe, it doesn't make us any weaker in the 10. Lacazette, again, I don't think it makes us any weaker in most respects, because until Aubameyang came back from his enforced break, Lacazette was our top goal scorer and was actually playing well. So I think overall the balance is good. It's just that centre midfield I'm a little bit disappointed, because it just feels very sideways backwards, but we'll find out soon.
Okay, thanks a lot, DT. Let's get to the Lee. What do you make of that team?
Well, I'm a bit disappointed, if I'll be honest. Do you know what I mean? Willian in place of Martinelli.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's starting to worry me.
What's he done, Martinelli?
Yeah.
Well,
He doesn't seem to get a look in.
Obviously, you know, he wants to get his willy out on a Sunday and let me kill Arteta. But I don't know what he's done wrong. You know what I mean? He needs to have minutes, but we'll wait and see. I think the Partey one's probably right. Listen, he's got a week of training in front of him just to build himself up, and I don't think we should be rushing him back.
Yeah.
You know, like get some minutes today, get some minutes against Burnley. Maybe
Could have brought in. I mean, I know he had a nightmare the other night, but he could have brought in Tobias.
Well, I just said to Ty there, like, you know. Xhaka doesn't seem to ever get rested. I'm not saying that he's doing bad, but I feel he must be getting burnt out. And I would have played Tobias today after that mistake on Thursday. It would have been a perfect opportunity for him to come out, because other than those mistakes,
it's not just that though. It's when El Neni and Xhaka play in midfield,
it doesn't work.
None of them progress the ball.
Yeah, of course.
And that's what worries me. I mean, Pippa.
Yeah, I feel the same way. The problem is the midfield. I'm surprised. There's 5-6 changes. There's a lot of changes. I wasn't expecting that. I'm happy Lacazette's back in there, because I was starting to think, is he ever going to play before the end of the season? But I feel like Arteta's been listening to us, because I always say Pepe doesn't work on the right as long as Bellerin's on the right.
Well, hopefully he'll be playing. We don't know where he'll play.
If he plays on the right,
I want to see him. I want to see Pepe playing on the left hand side.
Yeah, so would I. I don't think it will
and
be.
Willian on the right, but Willian did come on the left the other night, so you might be putting him back there. By the way, let me just, before I come to you, Kelechi, give the Leicester team is Schmeichel, Castagna, Evans, Sionchu, Thomas, Ricardo, which is obviously Ricardo Pereira, Ndidi, Tielemans, Barnes, Iheanacho, and no, they haven't rested Vardy. He starts.
That is a proper strong team.
Right, so that is a strong 11. But you got your wish. We've rested a lot of men. So, you know.
You can see why then he's starting, you know, you need to take care of the Leicester pace. Those boys are dangerous. Harvey Barnes, is he starting? I don't even know.
Yes, of course.
Of course, Vardy. So you need to take care of some of those men there. And you need somebody that can just sit and take care of those.
How old is Barnes?
I don't know.
He's 22 or some 20 or 21. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
23.
Yeah, something like that. So, but he's very young and he's big.
Who's that? Odegaard?
Harvey Barnes.
And he's in form.
He's
back 21.
You need to take care of him. That's why probably Cedric is in there as well, you know, just to take care of those quick players. So
their midfield is
23.
Very good.
Harvey Barnes, 23.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, very good.
And that be all paper round.
Tielemans.
So you're happy with the team?
Yes, I'm happy with the team.
Don't you just look on it and say to yourself, though, that midfield's not a progressive midfield.
Not at all.
I can say for a fact that
midfield don't work.
I can say for a fact that Xhaka makes more forward passes than sideways passes. And that is the truth.
But it's not enough.
You'll see that.
When those two are together, they don't progress.
If it's not working, you can change it up. And I think he could have done would have been maybe to bring in, to drop Smith through with Xhaka and then play Odegaard, but that's not solid enough. So hopefully, let's see what happens.
See how they start.
Okay, let's see if I can get this comment in here. Oh, it's not picking up. Oh, there's a super chat there. Amray says maybe Arteta doesn't know what kind of player Martinelli is. Is he a dribbler so he can drive the ball? A runner to cut through the back line. And one thing we know is that Martinelli scores goals as well.
Yeah.
How many goals has Willian scored this season? I've seen him score one. Right? So, you know,
honestly,
Martinelli can go past players, he can track back, and he's a goal scorer. To win games, you need as many goal scorers on the pitch as possible.
Yeah.
Are
you getting worried about that?
We've taken out Aubameyang, goal scorer. We've taken out Saka.
Why is Martinelli not getting
if
on?
I would have been a bit more appeased if Saka came out and Martinelli was in, I'd be fair enough.
Yeah, me too.
But he's not. He's brought in Willian, and I know he came on the other night.
It's a big worry now, isn't it?
He came on the other night and did okay, right? He did affect the game when he came on.
Yeah.
But I think maybe that's the best thing for Willian. Come on.
Yeah.
it's a big game for him.
Yeah.
He better do something, man, because you know, let us all eat our words here and do something.
Every time we go onto a starting 11, there's something. Everybody's a little bit, what's he done there? He throws in a curveball, and that is it today. If you're going to leave out Saka, it's obvious you bring in Martinelli. It's obvious for game time, whatever. It's obviously this man doesn't rate him. And he's starting to worry me now.
I mean, he's supposed to be trying to get blood in him gradually.
Blood?
No, I'm coming, because if you look at when he started, and then all of a sudden he broke down during a warm-up before which game and started crying. So you have to take it easy with these young children, you understand? They're not like you and me. No, sorry, you're older than me.
But they're hungry.
Sorry.
They're hungry.
Yeah, he wants to play.
I know, but you
like
blood them.
Martinelli.
He's been out for almost.
We seem to be.
8 months. I want Martinelli to start. Don't get me wrong, but on the other side, you can see maybe reasons why he's trying to blood him in gradually. I want Partey to start now.
But nothing's happened gradually. He's been on the bench.
But Partey's different because Partey's just coming back from the injury.
He's been on the bench the last 3 games.
Like literally, it feels like.
He's been there for ages.
Yeah, since after we went on that run.
He played against Man United, didn't he? And he come off at half time. And then
and he hasn't played again, really.
Resting.
No. That boy's hungry and ready, and he needs to play.
I love
he needs to play before you kill his
What do you make of Team Helen?
Listen, it's okay. I would have loved to have seen a better midfield, I'm not going to lie. But we'll go with Mikel.
Yeah, I'm not happy with that midfield.
I'm not happy, but he's paying respect to Leicester because they've got a really good midfield, and he's probably scared of maybe Danny's defensive duties possibly in tracking back, so he's going for a slightly stronger midfield. Let's go with it, and he needs to make changes if it ain't effective.
Yeah, exactly.
He's got Danny on the bench, he can bring him on. He's got Martinelli, hopefully he can use him today. He needs to use Martinelli.
As soon as possible.
Yeah.
So the other thing is, I think you've got to be serious about this. You don't know what's been going on in training. Martinelli might have had a hard week at training, so he feels that he needs to rest in this weekend.
Hard week, more like hard 2 months, mate.
Might as well buy him a bed.
Well,
buy him a bed.
I think it's scandalous. I think it's now a bit of a worry that, you know, this is an exciting young player.
Definitely.
And he's not being given any minutes whatsoever. I can't, and it's now starting to worry me that Mikel Arteta does not rate this guy. You know what I mean?
And then when you think about it, what's his likelihood of getting on today as well?
It's not very likely.
Because you think about it, if there's any problems,
it's going to bring on
it's going to be Aubameyang who's going to come on. It won't be Martinelli, or Odegaard, or Partey. Yeah. So the likelihood of Martinelli getting on is probably going to be slim.
Very slim.
Unless we were.
No, it depends on the pattern of the game. If you look at the first leg of the Europa League, Martinelli came on ahead of Lacazette. It surprised everybody. He was seeing what he was seeing in there. I don't know. So it depends on the pattern.
It was literally like 5 games.
First leg. So it depends on
how the game.
With how long left?
No, with about 15 minutes left. So, but it depends on how the game is progressing.
Minutes?
Yeah,
I'm sure it was like 5 or 10.
I don't even know if it was that long.
Young lady, did you watch the match?
That is true. He did bring him on that game to just run around for 5 minutes. He did do that. You know, very good of you. Very good of you, Mikel. Very good of you.
He's tired. You know, all of our players are tired. You know what I mean? You know, I'm gonna buy him a big packet of Nitol. And send it to the training ground, you know what I mean? Right, now let me run through the starting lineup again. Let's get it up on the screen so everybody can see it. This is Arsenal's starting 11. Actually, let's get the one up that has the predicted formation, right? And that is in the predicted formation by Opta. They're saying Leno in goal, David Luiz and Pablo Mari, the two centre backs, with Cedric on the right, Tierney on the left-hand side. The two holding midfielders are Granit Xhaka and Mohamed El Neni. And then there's Willian on the left-hand side, Smith Rowe in that number 10 position, and Pepe on the right-hand side with Lacazette up front. That is what they're predicting. The Leicester lineup will probably be a 4-4-2 of Schmeichel, Thomas, Sionchu, Evans, and Castagna. Harvey Barnes, Tielemans, Ndidi, and Ricardo Pereira, and then two up front of Vardy and Iheanacho. That's what it's looking like it's going to be. The game is kicking off at 12. It's an early kickoff today. And you know, the Arsenal have decided to, you know, change up. All right, I get it. You know, we did have that game during the week, but so did Leicester. Substitutes for Arsenal, it's a very, very strong bench. Thomas Partey, Saka, God.
Partey.
Ahead of him. Thomas
It
Partey.
depends. It depends. It could be injection.
If we're maybe winning, I don't know, if we're 3-0 up, which is highly unlikely against Leicester.
Because I mean,
maybe.
I just want to pick on something. If the manager doesn't really, and I'm not saying he rates him, he doesn't rate him. I don't know, but if he doesn't really rate him, he wouldn't have rushed him back from injury. Because that boy was technically rushed back to come and
the
save us.
circumstances, then we were like
now, doesn't he?
pretty desperate.
But there were fit players on the bench. Not like we had an injury crisis. So for him to rush him and say, "Now come and rescue my job, help me with my job," that means he rates him somehow. So let's see how he plays out. Just side note.
XP says, Robbie, answer me this. Is Lee sitting on the DT studio chair since he's been away because he walked away during the Benfica game? And he says, big up to the rest of the AFTV crew. Love the passion, and that's coming from Australia.
Hey.
You've turned into
Must be
DT.
very early in the morning.
That'd be the day selling like that, I mean.
No, it's not early in the morning.
Must be night time.
Night time. Night time.
Yeah.
What's it?
Morning here.
Big up. T Changer says, big up, Two Touch, and
Hey.
That's a delayed reaction.
I'm not awake yet.
who's Mrs. Biscuits?
That one there was Ian
Two Touch
Biscuits.
and Mrs. Biscuits. I thought, I have to read these things so
No,
carefully
yeah, she's always
sometimes.
Ian Biscuits.
I know they're trying to bait me, man. You know what I mean? They're trying to bait me.
What's the name, sorry?
Oh, it's gone now.
Mrs.
It's
Biscuits.
about 1 million. Right?
Biscuits. I don't know.
And the headphone emojis are still here. He will be in for the watch along, don't worry. He will be in for that. But listen, that is the team. So looking forward to the game.
Wait, who's the ref?
12 o'clock. Who's the ref?
That's the main player these days.
Yes, it is.
As long as he's got that Lee Mason from yesterday, you know what I mean? Right, but yeah, the game is coming up at 12 o'clock. We'll be back at about 1:45. Remember, we're going live as well at the moment on Instagram. Yeah, not many people can do that, but we find a way. We're live. We got the technology. We're live on Instagram as well. So big up everybody on Instagram who's watching as well at the moment. And we're going to be doing the watch along. You can watch it on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, all of these platforms. All right. So make sure you check it out. But we'll be back for the game. It's a big one. Leicester versus Arsenal. Can we finally get a win at the King Power? We haven't done well there in the Premier League over the last few seasons. I think the last time, remember when Alexis won it?
Yeah, I think it was
that's a long time ago.
title winning year.
Yeah, that's
A long time ago.
That's the last time we won there. I mean, we beat them earlier on in the season. That was the Carabao Cup. You know, that weren't the same thing. So
Couple of draws in there.
Yeah.
Vardy's playing, so there'll be goals. Right. So yeah. By the way, before I go, predictions.
Oh, God.
1-1. Oh, well, I did say 1-1, but now 3-1.
Twas.
Nah, to Leicester.
Helen.
Oh, wow.
2-1 Arsenal.
Yes.
3-1 Arsenal.
I originally said 3-1 Arsenal, but now I'm going to go for a draw. I don't know what to expect.
I'll go 2-1 Arsenal. Let's see what happens. It's coming
We
up.
gotta do this. How do you say it? Sorry.
We're gonna do this.
Why do you always have the same